Hi guys, welcome to Dead in the Dawn, and England win in Italy for the first time since the 1960s, and Harry Kane becomes the outright all-time England leading goal scorer. So couldn't be better in the England camp, right? Wrong. Gareth Southgate continues to pick the wrong players, continues to pick the wrong formation, continues to be too negative. Know what you're all going to say? We won in Italy. We're down to 10 men. We won the game. But that wasn't because of him. We paved over the cracks. We got away with it. Italy made us look like world beaters in the first half, and I'll explain a bit why. So, look at the formation to start off with. He's gone for 4-3-3. Fair enough if that's what he wants to play, but you couldn't have a more negative 4-3-3 if you tried. That midfield, it's just full of defensive midfielders. You've got Jude Bellingham in there, fair enough, he's box to box, but you've got two defensive midfielders. Why do we need two defensive midfielders against Italy? Very defensive team. How are we going to break them down without number 10? So you're looking at it as well. Why is Calvin Phillips starting? So fair enough, you want to play like that. For me personally, I'll be putting two midfielders in there. So you could have Rice and Bellingham. Rice sitting, Bellingham box to box, and have a number 10 in front. Could be Foden, could be Maddison, whichever one, either or. But I guarantee if one of his favourites that he keeps picking, if Mason Mount was available, he'd be playing in number 10. He'd get the start. But then Maddison's not his favourite, is it? So that's what's happened there. Out on the left, you've got Jack Grealish. What's he doing? What's he done better than Foden this year? I'll be playing Foden out wide, and I'll be playing Maddison instead of Phillips in the middle. But again, I know some people will argue he won the game, but let's have a look at the first half. So absolutely on fire the first half stats-wise. Italy didn't show up. Could have put the game to bed, but we didn't. Got to half-time, 2-0, and now look at the contrast on the second half there on the right-hand side. They've done nothing. He's told them to just sit, defend, and grind out that 2-0. And what's the problem when you sit there? You invite pressure, you soak up pressure, and what happens to players when you're under pressure? They make mistakes. Brings you to the next man, Harry Maguire. So again, why on earth is he starting? He's played what? 5 games and 6 as a sub for Man U this year. Mistake after mistake. They're going to say, we didn't make mistakes for England. But you don't play that many games in a year for England, so the mistakes are few and far between. You're going to say his mistake last night didn't cost us a game, but it will do in the future. Carry on playing him, he'll make mistakes, and he'll punish us. So you look at the mistake here. So we've sat deep, we've invited pressure. He's eventually made a mistake. He's tried to play a ball into midfield, completely passed it to no one. Instead of having a cool, calm head, he's gone, I must single-handedly dart forward and make up for my own bad pass by trying to tackle the guy myself. Run past 4 or 5 players to try and do it, telegraphed it, the guy's seen it coming, passed it away, he's just completely mushed him, taken a yellow card, refs played advantage, and that's fair enough. Maguire's made that mistake, but if you're Calvin Phillips, who's played 56 minutes of football this year, again, why is he starting? You can see that, right? So why don't you get in and fill the hole that Harry's just made? Go in, cover for your mate, let your mate come back. So they're both tracking back. Doesn't look like Phillips even wants to run back. Fair enough, Harry Maguire, he has made the mistake. He's got back past Phillips and got closer to the guy than Phillips did. So mistake in giving the ball away, mistake in chasing it down, mistake in committing the foul, and just oblivious to it. Calvin Phillips has not seen the danger and not filled in. So that's 2-1 now. And now what do? Do you go and get another goal, or do you try and see it out? Okay, Gareth's clearly told him to waste time because Luke Shaw's picked up a yellow for wasting time. Then next phase of play, ball's gone out. Harry Maguire's hurt himself. Instead of getting up and getting on with it, he's thought, let's try and waste a bit of time. Let's stay down, see if they kick the ball out, waste a bit of time, get a bit of pressure off us, blah, blah, blah. Teams do it all the time. Fair play. But what's happened? Italy have got the ball and said, well, England didn't kick it out, so we're not going to kick it out. Fair play to him. I would have done exactly the same thing. You can see while he's laying on the floor, the ball goes past him. He's looking around. He's got his head up, looking around to see where the ball is. So there's nothing wrong with him. He's just trying to get the ball kicked out and waste time. So his mate Luke Shaw's come in, filling in the hole that he's left by laying on the floor. So it's another mistake Harry Maguire's made. He's come in, took a second yellow, and he's sent off. So now we've got it all to do. And then you fast forward it a little bit. He's rolling around in agony on the floor holding his head, while Luke Shaw's getting the red card. He's there then, he's in amongst it all. Nothing wrong with him now, so clearly faking it. So, and I know what everyone's going to say. They're going to look at, we still won the game, which we did. It is a positive, we won the game. It is fantastic Harry Kane got the record. Couldn't be more pleased for him. But this will cost us going forward. And I know there's not a lot of options to replace him. We've got Eric Dyer sitting on the bench. I'm not his biggest fan, but at least he has been playing all the games for Tottenham this year. And tomorrow he didn't even get a call-up. So it's his own fault if he says he hasn't got anyone to replace him with. There are options out there if you pick the right squad, not just pick your favourites. And this isn't even really a vendetta against either of the players, right? Maguire, Phillips, Grealish. It's not their fault if the governor picks them, yeah? They've been picked. They're just going to do whatever players do. They're going to go out and play. But they haven't played enough minutes for their clubs, most of them. Grealish probably played the most. But looking at the others, they will let you down in future games because they're not getting game time at their clubs. So what is it going to take for these attacking players to play? All our best players are on the bench. You've got Foden, Maddison, all our attacking flair players sitting there on the bench. You can't bring them on. If you get a player sent off, you're not going to bring them on then. Poor old Phil Foden has to come off after, 12 minutes after coming on? It's ridiculous. But as bad as all these individual errors were, there's one thing I will leave you with. If one player puts the ball in the back of the net just before half-time, 3-0 half-time, none of this stuff in the second half matters. There's no need to go defensive because 2-0, there's a decision to make. Go for it or defend. 3-0, the game's done. Jack Grealish, nigh on open goal, fluffed his lines. Phil Foden would have finished that. James Maddison would have finished that. So that's the thing I'll leave you on there. Players that are in form will get you results. Players that aren't in form make mistakes and miss open goals. So slam me in the comments if you think I'm wrong there. I am actually quite happy we won the game. I'm not anti-England and I do have a problem with Southgate's selection. If he picks the right team, I'll get behind him. If he carries on doing this, it does just turn me off. I think Italy were a lot poorer than we were expected to be on paper. We play against a team that actually turn up in the first half. We won't roll over teams like that by half-time. It'll be a much harder thing. Ukraine will probably give us a tougher game this weekend. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. If you want to see either Foden, Maddison, or any of the other centre-backs starting instead of Maguire. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Cheers, guys.